your heart, your heart, your heart. That stand right next to your heart, your heart, your heart, your heart. Stand right next to your heart.
Hello, means past 11 o'clock. Let's not join our guys. They are really allowed me to bring you the program, The Nighttime Spain, right here on 87.9 Freedom Radio on this Tuesday evening,
This time,
the 4th day of March, AD 2025.
more.
My name is Anthony, still with you till
But this
1 o'clock with the team
time,
from Radio LIB as we discuss the issues of concern about Liberia on this for March. Right here on the Titan Spain on Freedom Radio and Radio LIB. Let me welcome my colleague Solomon Bakaris. Solo, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Good evening.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
you're live on the radio. Except I'm hearing you one side of my headphone. I gotta do some adjustment, yeah, but it's
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
okay. Well, good evening to you and good evening to our wonderful people in Mama Liberia and those Liberians also in the diaspora. And good evening to We Nation and the wonderful people of Wilson City in We Nation. Happy to be here tonight with Mr. Stevens so that we can discuss matters of importance to Liberia and Liberians.
Well, that's great. And what do we have to discuss tonight? Is wonderful Tuesday that are trending issues unfolding.
Mhm.
But I don't know what you have there, and we can just bend it together and move on. But before we go forward, how was the weekend? Even though you came on, I don't know what you came in with the host.
Well, the
Yeah.
weekend, our weekend here is always a routine. Do the same thing in soccer. Uh,
Okay.
for me, I do overnight, so I come home and take care of some chores in the home, uh, and then go to sleep. Then, of
Okay.
course, if it is weekdays, I do the Liberia People's Business by coming on Radio LIB and Freedom Radio. And then from there, I go to work and then come back on the weekend, go to church or watch church on uh, TV. Uh, and that's it.
Okay. So you said watch church on TV. What do you mean?
Usually, we have virtual service where
Oh, okay.
the pastor they can televise or put the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
entire
I've
worship
seen it
service
before.
on
I've seen
social
it. I've
media.
seen it. I've seen it all around. I've seen it. Okay, and mine was good, and we are back again to do what we got to do for Liberian people, and what we signed up for.
Yep, we should now
And
we should not get weakened. Let's continue that. Yeah, go ahead.
not, not all we gotta get strength every day to make sure we get ourselves going, making sure that we do the people's job.
Mhm.
So, what's the concern tonight? Perhaps you want me to drum the gun or so, or you
Oh
you.
yes, that'd be good. Usually,
Because I expected Tony to be here, talk with him off air, and he responded a bit late, but apologized, but it doesn't matter. But he told us that to talk about the president's, cabinet meeting on yesterday, and it's a fun thing too as well.
oh yes, anything about Mama Liberia, whether from
Yeah,
the president or from the executive or from the legislative or from the judiciary. There are a lot of things going
Ye-
on.
But the president talked about 2 million things, but major of concern that everybody grab, even in the world, grab social media usually grab things actually faster than it may spread we may think. Like
Mhm.
he talked about if you are thinking about 2029, before you start to do your work, please respectfully resign. I think that's what the thing that he said that actually grabbed the attention of the entire world or the entire media in Liberia. Where in fact, politicians in Liberia, this is something that they normally do.
Mhm.
When they're into power, instead of them focusing on what they have to do now, they'll be dragging their feet, gradually doing what they can do in their own interest, and then thinking about the future that they have not seen.
Mhm.
Or they may not even see. Because your work today will determine what you're gonna be tomorrow. So he was actually bold on that.
Mhm.
And the issue of the ECOWAS Parliament, Liberia representation at the ECOWAS Parliament, we witnessed our representative there. And then before that, there were ceremonies that took place at the quote unquote chamber of the majority bloc where they elected some or they quote unquote recall those that were previously, sent there by Councillor Franco for the speaker. They record them, and then they appointed their own people there, or they elected, so to say. So then ECHO had a conference, and they were nowhere to be seen. The guys that were actually sent previously by Speaker Kofa were in full attendance, including Senator Snow and that of Alex Tyler. So
Yep.
we listen to some of the parliamentarians from the ECOWAS parliament, some of the guys from Gambia and Sierra Leone, they were bold in their, in their own, because it was not the entire ECOWAS parliament view. In their view, they say they are concerned about the rule of law. They are an independent body, though they are from the same region, but the membership derive on what they do in the country when it comes to voting. So I think the guys that were sent to ECOWAS to represent the country, they have a time frame to be there. But they are saying they cannot be doing these things of the rule of law. So they said the next step will be to next step the Liberia will be to actually re-echo what they came because they came first and there was no conference. There was no decision made to say whether we'll go ahead to what you guys are saying or we quote unquote, do what we can do. But again, everything was like deadlock. So they're saying that when you're coming back to Liberia this time around, they are going to straight discuss the rule of law as to how the speaker is being, recognized as a speaker legitimately around the world. And then they can come with their own decision as it relates to whether they're because people are saying that ECOWAS that run around Liberia, you know, but there are rules set aside for yeah. So I just thought of just give a highlight on it.
Well, people in Liberia, we are gullible people. Um, and in addition to that, and when I say gullible, people regarding what you just said earlier, which would dive into it, where lawmaker they don't do anything, but when it's 1 year to election, then you will see them flying to those villages, carrying this, being very very nice, and what have you. So we need look out for our bellies. So that's why those guys they do what they do. But if Liberians were to be serious about who we sent over there and what are they doing to impact our communities, then that would be it. Because government is about community. We have the big representatives. I call them big representatives, like the senators. They are all in the representative position. Just that they are representing the entire county and the other people are representing communities within the districts or counties. So, but other than the same, uh, and the only time they do something for Liberia, try to do something for Liberia, do something, buy some 14 gauge things, or other stuff. Now, when election is coming, yeah. But back to the ECOWAS thing, it is clear when it started, ECOWAS sent people to intervene and to do all of those stuff. And the people say, well, there is our own internal problem. So we don't need any advice from ECOWAS. And the people went back. Now they want to send illegitimate lawmakers or rebel lawmakers over there. And the people say, okay, we got it, but we have a system that is in place for ECOWAS, and that's what we're going to go by. And if it was not clear to you, we will take our own time to come and explain it to you in your parliament, what ECOWAS parliament stands for, and what they do, and how they do their things. So that's it. This
Yeah,
guy, they violating, and even if people say in the way in which they say it, that's it, the citizens know that these guys, they are in violation, but because of a political party affiliation, so that's why they're doing what they're doing. Unless we change the game around. Yes, go ahead.
yeah, and again, the question has been raised is whether this thing will come to an end very soon because it has been going on since last year, I think October. But no one wanting to actually submit to the issue of the rule of law. But again, there's some political game being played.
Well,
Which of course, yeah, go ahead.
this this is what I said.
I was trying to upload some of the voices from the ECOWAS Parliament before you. I don't want to keep
Oh yeah, look for it. You can look for it, and then even
yeah.
if of course we also go on a break or whatever, music break or whatever,
No,
that can be done.
just keep. We're talking now. I'm trying to get it, and we'll
But
keep talking.
the thing is, I don't know whether you remember the three reasons for which I was not supporting uh, President Boakai as somebody from the Unity Party. Uh, and I said three things, and I keep saying now there are many, but just three. And those three things: number one, I said President Boakai cannot find solution to problems. When President Boakai was vice president, because we had serious problem in the Unity Party. President Boakai was designated by the standard bearer of the party so that President Boakai can find solution with the in-house fighting that was in the Unity Party. The Unity Party was split into uh, groups, two major groups. The former chairman's group, which is on Senator Sherman group, um, and then here in the United States, we had two groups. Sherman group, they were with the Sam Gibson group, and then it was like that. Then Joseph Yuma Baga group, we were with Joseph Yuma Baga's group, or Joseph Baga Ellen group. So that's how it went. Even the guy who was my deputy here, uh, when he was not following what was the normal thing to do, so we have to give him a dismissal letter. So we dismissed him from the party, and still there was no resolution found. The Unity Party in Canada, they had similar problem. Even up to now, that problem was never resolved. Even during this gone election. So I said anything that has to do with finding peaceful solution or finding resolution to a problem, President Boakai could not do that in the Unity Party. So if he could not do that in the Unity Party, I said he would not be able to find solution in Liberia. Liberia, who was just coming from 14 years of civil conflict, where we have now gotten to a solid resolution and things like that. So that was one of the reasons. And the other one is that he is not innovative. He's not creative. He's not innovative. He's not a visionary person. So that was number two. And number three, I said he is not developmentally minded. And I will cite examples with all the conflict resolution problem when Bwaka became chairman for the collaboration parties or collaborating parties. We saw the division, we saw the chaos in it, and we saw how it went to court and what have you. When Bwakai donated a boat to Grand Bassa County, especially to Idana, one of the regions there, because they have the St. John River, the Benson River, and one other, I think, Macklin River, they live behind there. So to leave from there to come to Buchanan City, it was a major problem. We have kids that go to school in Buchanan from Edana. So the vice president at the time donated this ferry. And then it became a political issue that the mayor of Edana was from CDC. So they couldn't put the boat in charge of the lady. The problem was there, and the person who donated the boat to Edana could now come back to Senator Nyambli and the other people to say, look, we are fighting to be leader for Liberia, not just for political party. So let's find solution. This boat was given to these people. They have the highest need for this. Nothing like that was done. So today, when it comes to the rule of law, finding solution to problems, he cannot find solution. When there was a problem, major problem that happened, I don't know whether if Council, Speaker Funati had he not gone with him to Italy, I don't know whether those guys were going to do what they did, but he took him away uh, and things like that. And then while they were away, they had a coup. They overthrew him. The president came. He decided to do business with those who went against the law. The Supreme Court spoke. They gave advice, piece of advice in this. They
You got
still
it very clear here.
do not pay attention to that. So this is why we are going. President Bouaka, if he wants for the situation in the house to be resolved, he can do it. Other people can be saying now about that separate group and this and that. That is just a big
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
even though it is uh, a separate branch, but people
We agree, but
people from those,
that
yeah,
at this moment there's a need for the president to actually speak because it's like the three branches of government are actually functioning effectively.
and it is because of him.
Because
It's,
we got the first branch, the lower house is in conflict and partly being supported by the upper house and the executive. Because the
uh,
executive, some of them I know may not be in their favor, but some of them are in the field and they are working together and then they're being supported hugely by the executive and nothing has been done to that. So it just like I said, we don't know when this actually will come to an end because it's
it will
just
come to
creeping
an
and
end
creeping.
when Joseph Boakai wants for it to come to an end. That's the
How
point I
does
was
it work?
making.
How can he come in? Because there are being so many calls that he should come in, but they say
Any,
he has not actually
anything that is
told.
anything that is illegal. If you start supporting it, then the people know that you mean business.
Okay, let
If
me get
if you are not doing business with a majority bloc, not sending budget to them for them to do this or do that, then of course they were not going to have the kind of gut that they have now to wanting to impeach judges or so they were not going to do that. But he decided
and
to work along with them for his uh, lack of uh, the capability of implementing the rule of law.
let me just bring the voice of one of the ECOWAS parliamentarian. about this Liberia issue. Then when I come back, we'll talk about issue as it relates to because they are not actually decided about it yet. They are still debating individually.
Mhm.
But again, I read something about what is said in totality.
Okay.
Yes, we were in Liberia for a mission. We were there to negotiate. But my question here is, and my issue, my problem here is, the problem why this speaker is still claiming to be the speaker is based on what? The constitution. Because you have mandated the speaker to continue being the speaker. If executive orders comes in to say no, we should bring in our own speaker to put a party in place, and next minute you start employing your own people. That should not be something that we should negotiate here. The issue here is about moral. As Honorable Snow has mentioned, that there was a time when the issue happened, some of them, based on morals, they resigned. But the guy is not willing to resign here.
Yeah,
He is the current speaker. He should maintain to be the speaker. And you cannot be there are people who are elected. They are city MPs. They are current city MPs. You say no, they should be out of Ecowas Parliament. Based on what? If you thought they lose their seats, and now you are bringing other MPs, then you can now right to say we are now replacing. You cannot command Ecowas to say those current sitting MPs should be out of the list of MPs. It's not correct. It's not fair. So if we are going back to negotiate, we're going to negotiate based on this, what the constitution is saying. The constitution is saying A, B, C, and D. We have to obey the constitution. If we violate the constitution, then we are not ECOWAS. If the constitution that gives the party the right to be the MP is sitting MP up till now. Currently, there are NAMs here being elected by people and put here. And we are here because of the constitution. So, Honorable Speaker, if you go back, they just now remain to be MPs. And if Honorable Speaker, I think we have it very clear here. Yes, we were in Liberia for a mission. We were there to negotiate. But my question here is, and my problem here is, the problem why this speaker is still claiming to be the speaker is based on what? The constitution. Because you have mandated the speaker to continue being the speaker. If executive orders comes in to say no, we should bring in our own speaker to put a party in place, and next minute you start employing your own people. That should not be something that we should negotiate here. The issue here is about moral. As Honorable Snow has mentioned, that there was a time when the issue happened, some of them, based on morals, they resigned. But the guy is not willing to resign here. He is the current speaker. He should maintain to be the speaker. And you cannot be there are people who are elected. They are city MPs. They are current city MPs. You say no, they should be out of Ecowas Parliament. Based on what? If you thought they lose their seats, and now you are bringing other MPs, then you can now right to say we are now replacing. You cannot command us to say those current sitting MPs should be out of the list of MPs. It's not correct. It's not fair. So if we are going back to negotiate, we're going to negotiate based on this, what the constitution is saying.
Okay. You listen to him, right?
Oh, yes.
What
Yes,
did he grab
yes,
it?
yes, yes. Well, it's the
Let's
same
welcome
thing.
him.
Oh,
Tony
that's
is here.
welcome, Trace.
Sorry, my camera giving up. That's on the telling me in the browser. I came home, I met my computer rebooted itself. And I tried to log in since I broke the fast, but the camera won't show it. Telling me my browser, something wrong with my browser. I have to figure that out after the show.
Okay.
So how you guys doing?
Maybe you can reboot, as you can always tell me. I think he's rebooting.
That's what I always say to you.
Yeah. Well, the thing is clear. We know that Liberia was in 14 years of civil war. We know that most of the guys, helped in a civil war or fought in a civil war. So they want to still use a civil war mentality, the rebel mentality. It is clear what they did. That is not constitutional. It is not legal. They are in the wrong, but they want to push their way. And this is why the other person will say, "Look, when we heard it, we came in at a very early stage so that we can find common ground to negotiate." And they were not willing to do that. So when we go back, we should stand our ground instead of negotiating all of this stuff. Well, we look at what does the Constitution of Liberia say? If the Constitution say this, then Honorable Fonati is the real speaker, and that's why he keep echoing that we cannot allow that to happen, because ECOWAS is their countries ruled by law. Liberia claim to be a country ruled by law, but I mean, we don't see it happening in this administration, and that's what I said. If the president want to see Liberia progress in a positive way, he needs to make sure that the rule of law is practicalized. His people are violating the Constitution. Day one, his personal counsel took matter in his own hand. That has nothing to do with the president. I'm talking in terms of Key and Andy, and then the Liberian people let that go, and they continue to do this to hijack a power. So where there is no rule of law, it will be difficult for people to come to invest. He always talk about we got to invest, we got to invest. People are scared. No real business person want to invest in Liberia. Those people that come there, like some of those people from rebel group or from rebel countries, I mean rebellious countries, people from those terrorist groups, they can do business in Liberia because the sanction that U.S. government may have on them, they go through other people to be extracting the natural resources from the country and then getting more money to fund their terrorist activities. So no good person that understands how business is supposed to be, especially to be governed by the rule of law, those people don't come. Thieves that want to come and exploit the country and give maybe few pocket change to some of our government officials, and that's about it. Take for example, this gold company in Cayman and other companies. So our problem is the rule of law. I said this. I think it was not on our show with you, but there's a gentleman who he and I we discussed, and he had some people who wanted to really do business in Liberia. They wanted to do this recyclable stuff, the plastic, to convert those plastic into different things that can be used in the country, so that that alone will cut back the garbage problem we have in the country. And this man, they are rich people. So when my friend discussed with him, they had a meeting. Uh, so they talk about Liberia, and the people say, "Okay, we're going to." Then the granddaughter said, "We're going to do a background research on Liberia to see what kind of country it is." And the first thing that popped up when this young lady was doing the thing for grandpa, I was y'all call him here. You know, the way they were cutting President Samuel Doe ears and all those stuff. And the girl went to grandpa and said, "Grandpa, look what they're doing to their president." And that alone discouraged them. If they can kill their own people like that, what's about those of us who are foreign people that have different skin and things like that? So where there is no rule of law, no good business people will come over there that will benefit the Liberian people. Anytime you see people that have phone that say they are journalists and what have you, anytime they want to put something out there, they put negative. Even if there's a positive thing in it, they would never emphasize the positive thing in it and why this has been done. They emphasize the negative. So tourists that want to come at the back of their head that this place is bad. On TV, if you go on TV, you see Liberians eating himo hat, and we displace those things over there. When the people see it, it becomes a hindrance to good investors coming in the country to invest. Those that we have there already, They are already there. They understand the terrain. So they are there. Like the Seti brothers and those other people that been in a country doing business there, like Astra Metal or Firestone and all those people. So this is the situation that we have. When we don't have the rule of law, the country will continue to decline. And we see that every day.
And that's a fact because we all live by the rules. Without the rule, we cannot actually make it, you know. So again, I was about to read something here and then I switch a little bit.
Okay, yeah,
Let
go
me
ahead.
I'm trying to get something here. You know, actually, ECOWAS was not straight, but from the debate, you can sense that something will happen in the not too distant future because some are saying that it may not interfere directly into the internal wrangling within the lower, that is the lower house, but the needful thing should be done. That is, if the person should be actually replaced based on actually if he lost election or so, and then another person be elected from that district to the Senate of the House of Representatives, but within their internal wrangling, whatever political stuff they are dealing with, they should solve the problem within their circle.
Mhm.
But they will do the needful, that is because they have a mandate, you know, because they said the guys, you know, took oath of affirmation to serve and to protect ECOWAS in their country of representation. So whatever representation that is, whatever thing that been done within their country, but they continue to say that they recognize Fonati Kufa as a speaker because legally he's not been, you know, booted out. He has not actually succumbed to say, oh, I'm resigning. So all of the things that are happening is like strange to them. So again, it could go to the ECOWAS court, like what somebody said. When it's with the parliament, it go to the court because if they deem it necessary, because it based on political interest as well. There's a new government that come in and they want their own speaker. That's why you see all of the things that are happening. Finding, you know, means to ousted speaker after being elected and you know, quote unquote, Safun to go to Italy for a trip and then being overthrown at the back.
Mhm.
So all of the things they have some political effect. But ECOWAS is saying that we should go about doing the needful in our own circle. If things are done properly, then they can recognize who. Because what is saying that because I think the two person, Samba Enders and Tai One Way so far because Muma Breed Mensa and the other guys, Edwin Snow and Alex Tully are still there. But the two guys that were being recalled mainly Tai Wongwei and Samba Enders by majority boss figure Kung. So again, it gave them the right to if they feel somehow, you know, denied, they go to the ECOWAS court. I think that's where they can actually have the final day in court. But the parliament is saying they actually recognize Fonati Kofa and those that were sent to them took the oath of affirmation of the parliament that they are the legal guys representing Liberia's interests at ECOWAS Parliament.
Mhm.
So
And
again, executive is still you know, you do not everything what you got to talk about, but you know, legally, they are saying it, but some political opponents are saying that ECOWAS doesn't have a right to say, you know, into about liberal, you know, political standpoint, because the same ECOWAS was the one that rendered justice to Kabila Jana and then the government deny him. Blah blah blah.
well, the thing is, running judgment. They say ECOWAS. They had a judgment for former First Lady Nasido property,
Mhm.
and the government of Liberia. They're not saying that they're not going to pay, but they say this is our priority. So after taking care of the priority, they don't have money to pay pay the lady. So that from one government to one government, they know that they're supposed to pay that because the decision is made. When it comes to ECOWAS leadership, okay, they have rules and regulation. In fact, once a country becomes part of ECOWAS, uh, ECOWAS has some power over the country, the way in which things supposed to be done. For example, if any member anybody from Liberia, if they have their sue the government, and the government does not want to comply, the government doing ABC and D that is not good, that particular person can sue the government to ECOWAS because that's how they set it up. So they set it up also in Parliament. Now, once the newcomers come at certain time, they swear them in. If they say that person will be here for 6 years, they're not going to take anybody in until that person tenure. If the person dies or if the person loses election, they will wait until it is time for them to bring in new people. That particular seat will be vacant until it is time for them to bring in new people for them to welcome them on ECOWAS Parliament board. So that's how they put their rules and regulations in place. The same way our House of Representatives have their rules and regulations, but they don't want to go by their own rules and regulations. And the thing that you're dealing with the entire West Africa. People got different view how things supposed to be, and nobody should come to tarnish the reputation of ECOWAS Parliament. And that's why those guys are saying yes, they don't have the means to say, okay, we're going to tell the Liberian government this is why you're going to do, or the legislative body this is why you do. So they know they came here and they saw what was going on, but they're not going to accept them. Why? I mean, honor the illegitimate speaker, not on a Kun. They're not going to accept them on a Kun because Kun is not the legal, the rightful speaker. So for that reason, you cannot send anybody there while the rightful speaker still has people that he sent there that have been affirmed into office and have been working with ECOWAS. So you're not even going to remove them from there because of they have their own regime agenda that they want to do. So that's how it is.
Okay. So the next issue we're gonna talk about the president's statement today about cabinet ministers, official government actually eyeing 2029. If their eyes are still on 2029, they should just do the right thing to resign.
Well, again,
I'll come in before you come in.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he said about those that he appointed, probably, but it also goes down to those that were elected, the lawmakers too. Because sometimes, like they have 6 years in power. They were dragging their feet, dragging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They die, man. That's when you can see them showing themselves, to the public. Oh, I was here. Because sometimes what they are doing, they're not just being seen. Even you talk about constituency break, you don't see your lawmakers.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just sit, the district that actually brought them the power don't feel their presence. They have district council, how often they meet, we don't know. So even though the president said about, for me, it goes to everybody that in government, whether elected or appointed. And once you are there to serve now, because now it's time to serve. According to the Bible, is good to work when it is day, because when it's night, that's when you're gonna rest. Yeah,
So
for sure.
What's about some of us who are used to working at night?
I
We
want
rest in the day.
I want it different.
We sleep.
At least you're doing something.
Look, Stevens, this is a whole situation. The the executive, the appointed position, they're working directly at the will and pleasure of the executive. Okay, so the executive cannot tell the other elected official.
And the elected officials are they working at our will with the citizens or the electors.
So if they are working at your will, then that's why you, the citizen, you have to generate the necessary signatures to recall them. But if you don't recall them, they will do that because, of course, the law over there, those guys, I have seen them. They look at the true thing and say, we're gonna show to them, and then they'll be calling one, oh, Combre. But if they were to
Pagu,
be,
Pagu?
yeah, if they're gonna be honest, and you look at Solomon Rees, since he was elected, he has not been doing what he's supposed to do for which we elected him. So then the people that elected me, if they can get, I don't know how many signatures they need uh, for them to recall their lawmaker, but they can recall their lawmaker when they when
Yeah,
they when they when they
I'll try to get the amount of signatures that actually need a bit.
yeah. So
Yeah.
when they do that, the only thing is the removal, the recall has to be approved by, I don't know how many a percentage of the lawmakers to approve the what the citizenry of that particular region is saying. So if it is 2/3 vote, then by 2/3 vote they will remove them. But to get those lawmakers to do the needful thing, the rightful thing, because the other one will say, well, if we can do it to James or Solomon, then maybe my own constituents, they will come and say, oh yeah, we're gonna recall this guy. Then I'm gonna be gone too. So for this reason, they hold support one another in doing the wrong thing. They have to support their habits because they want to be employed to get free money because nothing they're actually doing to get free money. They said they're making laws. Uh, they're doing oversight, and I don't know whether they are planned. Because if you are doing oversight, you're supposed to see the needs in your district, so that you will be able to advocate by what you see, so that you can make sure that it is in the budget for it to benefit your people. But they say, oh, on oversight, I have oversight responsibility, I have advocacy responsibility, and making laws. How many laws have they made?
Lawmaking and representation.
They have not made any kind of law, and all the bills that they introduce or whatever they put in place is for their own good. Nothing that the Liberian people really benefit from. If they want to talk about budgeting, they increase their own salary, they increase their own benefit, and little amount will remain there. So, okay, I give Grand Bassa County 200,000 for the entire hospital. What can $200,000 do for a whole hospital?
Liberia
So
problem is just like a cycle.
because we gave them that right to do what they are doing, they're abusing it, and at the same time, even they can look at you and they slap you, and if they wrong you, nothing you can say, nothing you can do.
But
So
again, Solomon,
mhm.
one of the things I'm looking at, like trying to gather signature to to have a lawmaker removed or to have an impeached from office. How many persons will be actually willing to do that?
Oh, there are a lot,
It
lot
could be
of people.
it could be it could be listen now. It could be another political game because the man in question want to remove, he could use his pocket and do the needful and to see our best. I'm looking at from where we
Mhm.
have come and where we
Of
are
course.
now as a country.
Mhm.
We have just after this issue of a pocket change, and just it came out nowhere.
Mhm.
If the
And
person
you are
generally
100%
you
correct. Mhm.
generally you see the person is not doing the right thing, you see the person not doing the right thing. But if they come to say, well, let their governor signature to make sure they may remove, you fry your face because you feel that on the side you can get cheche from him, as we call in la logo Liberian parlance.
Mhm.
So it's just for me. I don't know whether it's based on sincerity or patriotism, or I just don't know.
Well, again, we have this identity politics. The person that sedition. So no, we cannot recall it, even though he's not doing anything. I'm just using cities as example.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
this
sure.
person is from the Unity Party. So we gotta hold together our party. We gotta hold together, and the people, they are not doing the rightful thing. If we decide to put Liberia first and our interest, then people that will put your interest first, those are the people you're gonna vote for.
Sure.
If you don't do that, it will always be this. And in Liberia, as long you say you are a United Partisan and you're not doing a rightful thing, a majority of the other people say, "Oh, that our Basa party, oh, that Bago Matthew party, oh, or that Brunskin party." Oh." So whether they are doing something or they're not doing anything, they just hold together. Once we begin to have those kind of mentality, nothing good will be done in our country. Liberia is the oldest uh, black African country, the oldest. I think next to uh, Ethiopia, Liberia next to Ethiopia.
May I call
But
Liberia OAU?
nothing. We have been founding members of all of these big organs. The what is today the Organization of African Unity, or AU, that used to be OAU. Liberia
Yeah.
is a founding member. If you go to Saniquele, you will see that Liberia's handmark about that. And then if you look at the UN, Liberia is one of the founding
But
members
but
of the
but
United
but,
Nations.
some before we go for again, back then that was then, I would say that was then, this is now. Looking at the structures they built for the OU conference back in 1979, and looking at now how far, at least somehow every year or so, a decade should be some development done there. But like look at our pavilion too entire. It's just still the way it been since.
If you today, if you go to Kun's compound, if you see the kind of houses that he's building, just since he made himself to be who he is. And so they only there for themselves. If you look at the OAU village, that thing was designed. If that other countries like Ghana, they will maintain it because it has a good historical impact, and it is a beautiful place, you know. But they couldn't maintain it, and all of those stuff.
Hmm.
They can put money in it to say, you know what, let's try to rebuild even Ducal Palace. Let's make it
Yeah,
the best, so that
yeah.
when people come,
At,
because this
at
hotel
least to
used,
bring
used to be the best in the country.
those old memories, yeah, those old memories you bring them back. Even if some of the areas, on the major streets, Monrovia, will not come back, but at least those the conference center, took up like you mentioned, but
Yes.
well,
If you
this
go to
is
OU
Nigeria, man.
village, if you go to OAU village, I think there's one Nigerian guy. I don't know whether the same area there. One Nigerian guy got a big. Is that
I
um,
don't want to call the name.
no? I don't, no, I'm not calling it, but that's one of the sport. Not tennis. Is golf. They make
I know, I know.
a beautiful golf place. Okay, and we sitting there. What is actually a good memory of the place, the historical place? Nothing. Even the Providence Island, if you go there,
Hmm.
thank God that they're trying to do small thing to it. But
How long?
those, yeah, those are the
But
landmark of the country. But we don't do that. But we rather build our own houses. And all of those guys that come to power, when we selling cold water or down water side or whatsoever they were doing, or selling plank or somewhere along the roadside, when they got into power, instead of saying, okay, let's build our country, uh, but they take all the money and they put it in their pocket. And we have today the government say, okay, we're giving you guys money for legislative what do you call it, projects. What
mhm.
legislative projects? If you want to do something outside, do it with your own money. Only the executive through the superintendent All of those people, they are responsible for all of those, and you have to hold them accountable for the money you put in the budget for them to do A, B, C, and D. You're not the one to take the money and say, "Oh, I'm building their school," and the thing you put there, it does not, the money, the budget that you put for the school, it does not even it can build something, but you put the money there and you took it back, and every day the country is going down the drain. Other Liberians, they have to make the sacrifice to make sure to buttress whether government, what government's supposed to do, they're not doing. I mean, it is very, very sad for our country. So we need to be patriotic for Liberia, and not for individual person. If I'm from the Solomon a New Democratic Party, and I'm not doing anything, not because you like me or you know my family or you do this, so you say, "Oh yes, that do it this way," so that that push that we can get on our court. This is what destroying the country. That's why our orator in her oration for the 2024, she mentioned about what Liberia needs to do, and
Yeah.
she mentioned about those two books of first two books she wrote. I love those books, and we're using those books in our school. The Baba and Jade, which mean corruption and honesty. We have people that are just corrupt from the sole of the feet to the crown of the head. Anything they touch, even money that they put in for the people who cook for them or the people who cut their grass, they don't give those people the money that they put in the budget for them. But instead, they gave them chicken change. Or if you don't want it, you can leave it. And of course,
Mm.
the poor man or the poor girl getting $25 a month or something, so they will just take it.
Yeah.
It is a very, very sad situation, uh, and somebody who is not developmentally minded, who took 150 tractors in the Liberia's bread basket county of Lofa, in the beautiful district or city of Foya, and you abandon those tractors. You as a chief agriculturist, you abandon those. You are not developmentally minded, and that is your area in which you carry those tractors. You can even produce 2 bag of rice for the people. You abandon those stuff. And then when it comes to the rule of law, you've been in government for all of these years, experienced person, your administration is violating the law more than any other administration. When it comes to corruption, your administration is even doing more within a year time than other previous government. And then you say we are here to fight corruption. We are here to do this. And then you can't fight the corruption. You say, okay, if you steal, the only thing you can do, just use it in Liberia, build something in Liberia. Don't carry it abroad. We are in a serious problem. So for the president to make a statement regarding those who want to run in 2029, they should resign, or they should resign now or do so and so things. Yeah, he has the right to say that to his cabinet. Well, for those who were elected, I don't think he had jurisdiction to
No,
remove
no,
them
no.
or to do anything like that, unless he will mastermind a bill that the people will move forward with a bill and then accept whatever he proposing, for them to cut back wasteful spending, for them to cut back if they are not effective doing that work. That if you are not effective doing the work, then you should resign or you should be removed, and put those things in a crafted bill, and they pass that bill into law. You say yes, and if you say, look, we're going to, everybody that is working in government is not going to be paying you and at the same time giving you 3,000 plus $3,300 per month or $3,100 per month for gas. And where are you going? You live Jalata, you get 3,100 every month for gas. or you even live across the bridge, how many miles you gonna drive from there to come to work 2 days in a week? Because they don't really go to their counties to really interact with the people to see what their needs are. But we still get them free gasoline. We get them free scratch card. You know, the government should cut those things off because it is wasteful spending. And then the money they can put it into education, they can put it into a road connectivity, they can put it into healthcare and all of the stuff. But other than that, those same people, when anybody paid any company pay whatever tax is supposed to pay, it goes to the budget. I mean, and then that budget, 99% of it goes to salary, to government employees, officials' salaries, and then maybe 1% go to the masses. We are in serious problem.
Wow. Economic jeopardy.
Oh yes.
Yeah, okay, so we can take calls now. Before we take calls, let's recognize those that are watching us on our Facebook feed this morning because it's actually
Oh yeah. After
my
12.
sound. Yeah, 12 minutes past midnight. George Watkins Jr. is watching and says, greetings to everyone. I'm following from my comfort zone in division number 13, Moswell County. Daniel Tamba John Sr. is watching and says, good evening, Freedom family. I'm watching from Bernard's from Painesville City. Augustine Musa is watching, and Agatha Glasgow watching from Thinkers Village, RIA Road from the Blue City. Well, if you're there, call us on our numbers on 0776 104 104, 0886 500 104. Are the numbers you can call us on this morning. You'll be live on the night on Spain. And for those of you in the diaspora, call us on our WhatsApp number +231 886 500 104. And the female line is 0770 297 016. Call this morning and have a say on the night on Spain right here on Freedom Radio 87.9 and Radio LIB. We'll take your calls right now on 0776 104 104, 0886 500 104. Let's get to the line here and take our very first caller. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, brother.
We good. How you doing? Please speak audible.
Yeah, Roosevelt Lemon Punk.
Roosevelt, let's hear you.
Yeah, the only way you control people and people was the president because everything that going on, I see everything because everything representing he's supporting them. So at least the only way you control people, the president should respect the rule of law. When you put back to the rule of law, they get up for the 2. I mean for the 9.
Okay.
And if the speaker can resign and stay aside for at least the 2 months, because
Okay.
before you vote for another speaker, it should be the 2 months. The 60 days should be completed after the 60 days. The same men that they are speaker that already resigned, they always go and vote for the new speaker.
Yeah.
See, but the executive supporting the other side, the country not running from. Because the rule of law is they respect it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thank you for.
Okay, my brother. 0776 104 104, 0886 500 104. The numbers you can call us on. Hello. Morning. Good morning. What's your name? You're live on the radio.
My name is Mr. Freeman. I'm calling from. Yeah, they say that illegal government. Why is it that when they issue that check, they take the salary? Then you know that illegal government, you're taking their money.
You say? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you say what?
I said, people say that the rule of law, people say that illegal government. They run it. Why is it that they issue check to them, they take their salary?
Did they say that legal government? Who said that legal government? No. So what you say? So what you want to say?
What does he say?
Don't take their money.
No, they put get the money. They put that not the entitlement.
No, it's illegal.
Uncle, let me later, ba. You don't understand yourself.
What did he say? I didn't understand anything.
You know, he's saying the boss said that legal government, so they take illegal pay.
Oh yeah.
So
But
you know,
even the rule will say that the money that clean money.
the government making the power legally, but there are some things that are doing that wrong. That's not right, rather. So they mean that they shouldn't talk about it. The money they pay? No, they gotta take that pay. What are you talking so?
Oh, because they said the people doing the illegal things, so they should not take
Yeah.
illegal money.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
thing. Hello,
they are the one that can make the country to be the way it is.
morning. How you?
Yeah, this is French Timova, and I'm joining you from the Slum community of Sweden.
Let's say, bro.
I'm following broadcast on this morning. I think you need to respect the view of others. The previous caller was trying to make a point that how you did not understand.
I want to be clear. I say you want to say something different.
No, I was not hearing what he was saying.
He made a view clear. He responded to him clearly. So I don't know what you want to say again.
Then the fight is the fight. Those appointed the rule of law caucus, or even the chairperson of the rule of law caucus, is indebted to the government. He took money before from the road form.
You got proof of that. You see. You backing something somebody saying wrongly. That you alleging that somebody doing this.
I know you are controlling the show.
But don't say things that will not be fun for the discussion, my man. I want to say I call you because I vex. No.
Yeah.
You said I come in now. You attacked me. You said I didn't give the other man justice, and I try to make you understand that he's saying something. Other people, I made you understand. Okay, the government came to power legally, but there are some missteps. So because they have some missteps, I want him to pay. That's all I said.
Yeah, but there are missteps in every government.
So okay, granted now. Granted. But then what you say?
You're saying, look, it's
bah.
the past budget, don't take salaries from it. I think that is a protest by itself. You need to tell the people that because I don't recognize you, I will not take salary from the budget you are fine.
So this whole thing at the Capitol building, you think it will end now?
It will end now.
Yeah.
Everything is still on the Friday, the 4
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Even those who are
Can you continue with you, sir?
I don't understand his point.
Yeah, you know he came to attack, but how you been? Hello. Morning.
Thank you for the show.
Please do a really volume.
Yeah.
What's your name first?
My name is Rana M. Taylor. I'm the new Bamboo One. About moving people, that work together. My managing director, FDMC.
So yeah. No, hello.
His phone is breaking. I'm not getting anything.
Sorry.
Yeah, hello.
Well, we're working together.
Hello. My call is not getting you. I think I need to do some adjustment. We're not discussing what you're passing before you're working before. We're discussing something very important here. It's about then you have to call back. You know, I don't want you to actually, miss the entire thing out. Yeah. We were talking about the issue of the ECOWAS Parliament and the quote unquote majority bloc. and also discussing the issue of the president's statement towards cabinet ministers that if they are thinking on 2029, they have before they perform, they should resign honorably. And again, I say it boils down to order of lawmakers as well, because the citizens are the ones that elected them. So if they will take their time to work in favor of the citizen and the country at large, and waiting for 2029 for another election, it's not a good signal too. So please let's stick to these two issues and not to say who are old, who are bad, this and no. We're looking at Liberia in general tonight. Because lawmakers, when they are elected, they forget their road. All right? Let that boil down to the central government or the administrative part of the government, which has to do with the presidency. Hello?
Hello, Chief. How you doing?
Morning.
Yeah, early morning, sir.
We're good. I think it's okay now. Line is okay.
Yeah,
You get it now?
He's clear. Very, very clear.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mauro Winfield calling from Iron Gate.
Let's say Morris, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, from my own view, House of Representatives and Senate, I think because that people are most problem for us in Liberia is, for me, my own view now, if government can only be like, for instance, they just dissolve like 2 horses and then government appoint their own people.
Chancellor thing.
Government appoint their own people.
How was it that Chancellor thing, huh?
Yeah, it will be no opposition, no other opposition. It will be one position.
Nah, yeah. Brother.
That one, the country will move straight power because nobody will be there to own mind, because you from the other party, the other person from the other party, they want to see their friends. The other person don't want to see their friends. So it will bring serious problem to we the ordinary people.
Okay, my
and
brother.
they're taking free money. So for me, that's my view.
Okay, thanks for calling. Let's get here on this line. Who's here? Hello?
Good morning.
Morning. Let's hear you. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. You live on the radio.
Good morning.
You are live on the radio. I know what's happening.
Good morning.
Oh, sorry. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Morning.
Yeah, morning.
How are you? What's happening? You live?
Rana and Taylor, only Rambo 1.
Yeah, okay.
No, I called you, but you cut me off.
How did I cut you off?
I think maybe at the phone or in that way.
The line was very bad.
You see, the problem that we're facing today in our house is derived from ourselves. Because the suffering that the Nigerian going through, the people in the house that they don't want to know. They don't care for us. If we were like the other people that are from different countries like the Nigerian, who put ourselves together, the citizens put themselves together with march to the American embassy. And that is on this particular government for what going on. The citizens, they great. We will just come to eat our resources, but they just share up. They're fighting up.
Okay.
Is that what?
That bro is undeveloped. That one we know.
Yeah.
And we got resources. I don't know where the money going.
But why the American embassy? What do they have to do with it?
I was about to ask him, but he left the line. Let me get to this other person. I really want to talk to some of the guys from the diaspora. I hope they are watching and wanted to call. Hello? Hello? Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Morning.
Hello?
Oh, this phone has a problem. Let me just stick with this. Hello? Morning. What's your name?
South Mantico.
Let's hear you.
These the people are doing, you know what they are doing. They just put our attention on this statement on our item and may use our resource. Because if the law make the law and had a means or happen or to want to put really say attention to what they are doing and using our resource. You know what they are doing.
So what can we do as citizens to correct their mistakes?
To correct our mistake, what we should do?
To correct their mistakes, because they're there for us. They are doing the right thing. We've seen it. What can we do to actually put them to track?
About to wait till I get elected. Before you electing somebody to be a representative or senator, you must know what the person is capable to do or what he has to do. If someone is lawmaker, they don't even have house to sleep. They don't have no health facility. They don't have no school. They are capable to be a lawmaker.
So what they can do is pay, credit and pay.
To get enrich yourself.
So what they can take loan. They can credit money and they go to pay.
Before we get somebody in this country now, we should know that this person is capable to be doing this or he has this before you. If you take a home person to make a law, he won't break the law.
Bro, that's your problem.
What they're doing, they know what they're doing. To use our resources and we think about
and they
that.
don't care.
They do that. At the end of the day, they go sit down in a corner and share our research on one aspect. So from today, to put this at the back of our mind before
every year, country facing one rule.
That would know what they are to accept and what they are capable to be doing.
Okay, my brother.
And our lawmaker and
okay.
And we all seen it as an for it.
Okay, my brother. Thanks for calling. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. And for those of you calling from the diaspora, call us on let's watch from the diaspora. Call us on our WhatsApp number +231 886 500 104. Hello.
Yeah.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, how are you? Live on Freedom Radio. The Nighttime Spin is right here with you.
Yeah, I know.
Hello?
Yeah, listening.
Yeah, you call. What's your name? Go ahead.
My name is Emilia Falaf. I'm calling from 24th Street, Single.
Go ahead, Emilia.
I call because of all of the things that the brother was saying Brother Morris, they honor mine, and we look down on ourselves. We look down on each other because we don't want to see each other going forward.
Envy and jealousy.
Yes. I want carrying up backward because we don't believe in ourselves that we can make it, and we against each other.
So to change your mind, change your attitude.
Yes.
Okay, my media. Thanks for calling. Your points are well taken.
Okay.
You're welcome. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 0770 297016. Those no more locally and call us on. We live on the Night on Spain. And for those of you in the diaspora watching us live, you can call us on our WhatsApp number +231 886 500 104. Hello? Hello? How are you? Oh, how you doing, Mom? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, let's hear you.
We're going on strong.
Let's go. Thank God for life. He's listening.
Yes, hi.
Come to our country, we will not sleep. We will not get tired of talking. Until the government can change. You understand? When we stand against for 6 years, we were talking. We were telling people they didn't listen. They come to pass now. Coming, they have no for human beings. Everybody government, I think the party. in that case, that the same folk came back to power. And was there to prevent them. That the should about what we're going to, what we want to save them 12 years. When they come by, will step in the same whole thing. So this is what happened at Capitol Hill today. No understanding. You 40 people, you bossy people car, you bossy people offices. And Baka stayed there. The person, and he still pushing the same figure. And then when you go, the man can go last phone there. And then to tell Baka in the field, oh man, Joe Baka, I know you speak up. Whatever the rest of you do, they go for 3% for me. They go there and say that. Anybody that want to say this and that, for 3%, let it be clear. If you can vote against you, vote, but don't say you force the power to make it man speak up. See what happened? I have watching my song. See what happened? The people are suffering. See the people in the people over there. The way you are living, you are living. For in 3 months, to the transfer of the people down. Yeah, when in a state, get Europe. The people are saying that when the party is speak up. Everywhere you go, you tell it down. You can't rest it on what's going on. You said a great job. Oh, I mean, old man joy give it a job. So then I tell it job off to the old man and to the ready. Let's see what you are going to. You beating all people for on them. You spring at the and you couldn't ready you do it. You don't put yourself that you're a president and you don't boss. You call me a person and not easy. That was not what happened in the country. You go to parliament, send it for them to go, then I'm going to require for send them back. And the people can't do it. They deny the people say the people got law and all year. You can't bring up people out there. You taking it now, you think you're right? You think you're in the country? But if you have power, then the preacher man said, you got to fight. You got to kill, but tomorrow will hurt you. You finish judgment tomorrow. So they go to what they're doing.
The ever-potent man CC of whole community.
She's a tough lady.
Yeah, very tough. The last time she appeared live on the radio, I saw for the first time for so many years. I was like, wow. Okay. Hello. Hello. Morning. Jamel, let's hear you.
The only thing now we're going to do will bear it. Nothing everyone do.
You bear it. What do you mean we bear it?
The people who we voted for, they let us down. They do their own thing.
But you can still talk about it.
So nothing else we can do.
But you can bear, but you can still talk about it. Maybe they're forgotten. Oh, they're gone. Maybe I can talk about
I think you can do.
You bear, but you talk. Hello. 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 Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm hearing TT. We are calling for.
Speak a bit louder, please.
Yeah, I'm hearing TT. We are calling for distributing through community.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize on we come away to the and walk around the bar. This interpreting our continuous that we have. Well, for me, I am not more and captain people. They got all the rest because we are very good at it. Taking a coming away and especially to appreciate the order coming to Cuba, but then I want to rescue the people of God and pay for it.
Why you think you're too early? You think it's too early? Hello?
Yeah.
Does you think it's too early? They still got time, oh. Hello? Oh, it's not getting me. All right. 0776 104 104. Let's go here. Hello?
Hello?
Morning.
Yeah, how are you, my brother?
Friend man say bonjour.
Yeah.
How are you?
From Bannocksville.
Okay.
Actually, I was calling you and Matthew was speaking.
Oh.
And Masiji, I just made the morning easier for me. Everything I wanted to say, she touched nearly all.
You can chip a little bit.
Liberia is just the only country now in Africa where I find people talking about two speakers. Where are we? What are we going?
Two speakers, one DJ.
For what? Seriously, brother.
Yeah.
Why the women who they say have experience for which they carry all the lies around? I want the common man to understand it. The lies around. He had the experience. He's been in government for numbers of years. Why up to now he has regulate all of these errors? And yet still we are running with two speakers in Liberia, in Africa. Those don't just condemn us. Check the internet. The young man just condemn us again. So Richard will now go to America as speaker. Trust me.
But the thing is a long time because others are watching. I don't know why they are keeping themselves, at the backstage, but it's like something that is just going. We don't know when we end.
I'm telling you.
And again, I don't know where is Franco operating from because it's always been burglarized. And he doesn't go to work normally, and whether he receiving his benefit as speaker or he just getting money as mayor representative. So all of these things need to be discussed too because the entire thing is not been settled yet. Legally, he's still as a speaker.
That's an international thing. He's recognized.
But how is he affecting the happiness in the country?
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah,
the person I invite him to let them invite him to do the right thing.
All right.
Yeah, let him do the
okay. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104 is our WhatsApp number. You can call us if you live. Let's talk about the issues of concern about Liberia. And it's for March about the issue of the president talking about the guy focusing on their work now instead of 2029 and Liberia's representation in the ECOWAS Parliament with the Rima Rover, who are our representative to the ECOWAS Parliament. Hello? Hello? Yep, good morning.
Jerry, call from the District 17 bill.
Hey, Jerry.
To do two things because I don't want to talk.
No, I talk about
the rightful person for the country. Yeah.
I have you.
But now, this setup, they get trafficking. Only one join me around here. They get that in they carry drugs every day.
So you say you see them moving there every day, but okay. So have you been able to raise the alarm?
Yeah.
Have you raised the alarm too as a citizen in that area?
Yeah. One of the security.
And what did they say? You sure?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going on the road there. That will get hit.
Okay, it's good that you always alarm to inform the guys because they can be everywhere at the same time because they are challenges they are faced with. So as a citizen, it'll be a good thing for you to inform them too. All right. That's why we have the platform where you guys will call and talk about the issues that matter within your community and your country as a whole. I mean, I think that thing is another discussion, not now. Okay, let's not go that route. Oh my man, bro. I'm mess up. 0776 104 Hello.
How are you, my brother?
Morning.
Yeah, how is that?
We are good, oh.
Yeah, thanks for thank you for the topic. I'm probably calling from people.
Bob, let's hear you.
Hello? Yeah, very good. I mean, if you my one, what I love they call president. I mean, put in the answer. From the time they come to a phone, I think
We can stay for the boy about. We can stay for them.
but I want the time coming to now. If you my one, fellow, all this is okay. We don't say nothing. The speaker, the president, the wood, the answer. I just one person can solve our problem. I mean,
Wow.
no president, no minister. And then because I can go to the chief of our office. It's the chief of our way too. They are always going to poor company now. Chief of our PhD school in a place. Poor road there. Poor. That's not it. No president, no speaker, no senator, they want to call it go here. No, that means buy. Because they can't afford. You know, we go in for
Okay. Thank you for calling, my brother. Alright. Alright. Oh, Solo, you want to come in?
Yep. Okay. I think that two men show today. Huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Solomon came and Solomon came and anyway, since Solomon
yes.
he left, but
I think it's maybe his computer is resetting. So it happens to me before. But usually I do my own for it to reset or reboot until I just automatic update. I do it at night time. Usually 3 o'clock in the morning. It'll come on to do whatever he has to do. But anyway, again, the problem in Liberia or the problems in Liberia, they can be solved by the Liberians, including the leaders. But the only way the leaders will listen until the citizens are serious. But if anything happens, instead of us expressing ourselves, going to the people that need to hear our grievances, other people stopping us not to do that, and then instead of say we put you there, and it is our right to do so and so, and for us to be in numbers, nobody will win the election or any election if you don't have the numbers. So once you have the number, forget about going to U.S. embassy. The U.S. they already know what is going on. They will never interfere in the internal conflict of the country. The only thing they will do if there is war, they go by the Geneva Conference regarding refugees. America can say, okay, we're taking 10,000 Liberians as refugees. That's all they can do. So if we get a problem, we can resolve our problems in a positive way. But the reason why we're not getting redress to our problems is because Stevens knows very well that Solomon is not doing the right thing. But because Stephen and Solomon, they have some sort of thing in common. Maybe they socialize to the same place and things like that. So for that reason, whatever wrong that Solomon will be doing, Stevens or Anthony will not be able to tell me this is wrong and we need to do the right thing. This is the problem when different parties doing it, we say, oh, this is very, very wrong. When we are doing it, they say, no, this is correct. And the other people say, this is wrong. Unless we know that wrong is wrong, whether Anthony is doing it or Solomon is doing it. If we know that it is our responsibility to make sure that our country is developed, our country is made in a way so that everybody can enjoy from it, then we will make our country to be that way. But what is going on in Liberia, if I can steal all the money and maybe I know Anthony has a good mouth to influence other people. So if I give something to Anthony, time for election, Anthony will be speaking for me, saying all the good things about me. There is nobody perfect. Everybody get the same, they get the wrong thing, and what have you. And that's how we've been going on. When President Weah was in power, they said, oh, the price of food is high, this is high, the drug is coming in the country, that the young people, they didn't want bringing the drug, they're doing all this stuff. But when President Weah left the scene, the amount of drugs that are coming in the country, the amount of poverty that is in the country, now they are saying, well, these are things that were happening. I listened to BBC, and BBC said, oh, all other countries are having difficulties. And then we say, oh, yes, other countries having difficulties. Yeah, other people having difficulties when we were telling you that this is not President Weah's, he's not a cause for this. But still, they have that mind. When President Weah's administration, they went, I think it was one of the African countries where they were having a summit regarding the gay issue in Africa. And President Weah,
I think it was Zimbabwe or Zambia, one of them.
Yes. And then President Weah's a team, because what some of the countries were doing to people who choose for men to sleep with men or women to sleep with women, in some of those countries they will kill them. So now they put tires around them, burn them. And Liberia, knowing full well, say, well, we're not going to condone this, but we're not going to kill anybody because they are practicing those kind of lifestyle. We make sure that our constitution states that anybody that commits the sin of sodomy, that person can be jailed for the minimum of 1 year. Okay, so those laws just need to be implemented. But for us to kill people, we shouldn't do that. So they sign on the document not to kill anybody because they are gay. When people saw that, they said, oh, President Weah, they already signed the gay law. And see what is going on in Liberia. Just Sunday, a bunch of people who are standing in favor of what the Liberian constitution supports. The government kind of sided with those people who are promoting a gay. And that was fun. But with President Weah, what they did not understand that, oh, this man, he does not want for anybody to be killed because of what kind of lifestyle they choose. But we have the law. If you go against the law, you find the full weight of the law. The law did not say if anybody is caught, man sleeping with man, woman sleeping with woman, we should kill them. That is not our law. And that was what the government of Liberia, under President Weah's leadership, they said they signed on that they were not going to allow people to be killing people because of the choice they make. So people took it out of proportion. When this government is doing even the real thing, encouraging the real thing that they were against President Weah for, nobody can speak up against it. And what have you? So we are in a serious problem where people don't see the love of country to make the necessary sacrifices for the country, but they are putting their own belly in front. And it's the way that President Donald Trump is working on trying to talk to Congress so that they can pass a law like they call it the golden card. That is, if you are a business person, you pay I think $5 million. You can come to America, um, do business, and you get the one we call green card. You have the gold card for that purpose. And someone will say, "Wow, most of our government officials, those who stealing money, if they steal 10 million, then they can at least use 5 million to get American gold card just for them to be traveling back and forth and things like that." So the person was just making fun out of it. But the reality is that Liberia, we don't put Liberia first. We put ourselves first, and then we use the people, and we do that. Look, the house, they have the power. Once we have a good house in place, I'm not saying everybody should be citizen or everybody should be a UP or everybody should be MRDD, whatever other political parties that we have. But we have diversity groups in the house so that there can be checks and balances. If the government, for example, if the Unity Party people that are in Congress or that are in our parliament, if they are more, of course they will vote in line with the president budget. Whether that budget, we don't have the money to put in there, they will just vote for it because they're voting along party side. But if you get a different people, and then you try to downsize the budget so that you will not have wasteful spending, and then you give to the president what is needed and for what purposes. That was the main purpose. If the parliament or our legislative body, if they don't give the president the money, there will be no operation. If today our parliament or our legislative body say, look, President Boaga has violated the constitution for which he swore on. For this reason, we don't want him there anymore. That particular house, they have the power to impeach anybody that is not doing the right thing. But instead, they are there. Once we get our own share of the money, uh, that is good. So anytime they make the budget, for the budget to pass, they will put their own, and the president will just go along with it, and then the Liberian people become the want to suffer from the amount of thievery, the amount of stealing that is going on, or in Liberia, the rogue that in the country. But if somebody steals maybe a piece of scrap metal or zinc, when they put Roro behind that person, if that person, God is not with that person, they will kill that individual. But these guys, they steal all your money. And for you to stand up and tell them what they're doing is wrong, you can put Roro behind them. But the same poor people that's suffering, I'm not saying stealing is good, but if they steal somebody chicken, we want to
The boatman call it embezzlement.
Yep. They want to hang that chicken on the person. Tiffy, roll. Tiffy, roll. But those guys, they're stealing, destroy, killing, and nothing can come from out of it. But still, we're healing them. Our mindset need to be changed if we want a better Liberia. Other than that, we're sorry. The country will be taken over by some people, and it's coming gradually. And the newcomers, and they get a larger in number. Our Mandingo brothers, they are getting large in number. Our Fula brothers, they are getting large in number. Other people from the Islamic setting, they are getting larger in number, and they are getting in politics. If they become majority, and any bill they pass, any law they pass, we have nothing. We have to go by it.
Oh yeah.
So Liberia is changing. I would not be surprised for Liberia to be in the hand of people who came and became citizens, because our constitution says as long as you are black, wherever you come from, you can be a citizen of Liberia. And if somebody is a citizen of Liberia, you can be president, you can be a lawmaker, you can be judges and other stuff. This is how we're going to suffer. Today, if you go to Basa community, uh, most of our land, we sold it to foreign people, whether Guineans,
Because
Malians,
of what?
and others, because of money. The little money we sell it, and then the people, of course, you guys used to accuse that the Basel people
Okay.
stole your land, but the people
You
they
coming
sell
from
it all
there.
over the land.
Okay.
And it's sad to say that the own Basel community over there, is that Japanese highway, some kind of area they call Basel community, somewhere there.
Capital bypass. Haile Selassie Avenue, Capital bypass.
All of
Around
those,
there.
no, the one I'm talking about from the Freeport, the other road I going straight hitting the road going to
From
Fender.
Freeport,
From Freeport going that road going straight. I think it's
Japan Freeway.
the Japan Freeway.
Yeah.
There's a portion on our other side. As so Basa people are living there. Most of the Muslim people,
I think
they are the one.
the Alatobo village or JJY.
The Mandingo people, the Muslim people, and the way they move in, I like it because when they go somewhere, they go in group, which is good because they will maintain their culture, they maintain their practices and all the stuff. And those strategic areas, they are being taken away by the Fulas, by the Mandingo, and by other people, the Indians, the Lebanese. They use our own women to take strategic areas and what have you. So that's a serious problem we have in our country. I don't know how we can solve it, Anthony, but it is serious. In Bahasa we say you know that fairy tale, it has no ending.
Yeah.
It is so sad for our country.
The issue of this house is actually is troubling because we're just looking at it now. It's dragging. It's not having any positive impact, especially when it comes to it being worldwide. Because globally, other countries feel the Liberia has a problem, so perhaps they might want to actually associate with Liberia at the time until things are settled. But again, coming back home, how, when, and are we ready to settle this thing now to move forward? That's a big question. Should we involve others to come in like ECOWAS came before? I don't want to say they failed, but they didn't succeed because the guys were like, they were like arrogant in their decision when it comes to not recognizing ECOWAS presence in their midst. But again, one of the callers mentioned that why I say that they call themselves rule of law committee or rule of law lawmakers, they're taking pay and they're saying that the guys operating illegally. I think it's simple. In my own, like you just said it, and I grabbed something in there. They knew their face salary. All right. So if it was the daughter, that was gonna be an issue. But there are certain things within that place they have problem with, so they are arguing it to the fullest. So it doesn't mean that they do not take pay. They know that pay. If they are pay were being the daughter, then they have issue.
But they are working. Because the thing is that according to the constitution, they can meet if they don't have a quorum. They can say, okay, I don't got to disjoin or so. Adjourn. They can put the adjournment and then they go home.
Then this committee is about suspending people because they have the power, and then the executive is actually adhering to the decision they'll be making.
But this is why.
Just imagine the suspended lawmakers took their case to the Supreme Court, and then they wrote the Minister of Finance that indeed the guys should have their pay. I don't know how far it's gone.
But this is a problem, and it's going to create more problem. I think I know how many months ago, I think the bank governor of the central bank was removed.
Yeah.
And then of course he went to court. And the government of Liberia will be paying the man his salary. And in fact, they went as I know how many months or how many years they sort of pay the man. And at the same time,
I'm only paying off.
Yeah, and at the same time, they're paying the other person who is occupying the place there.
Paying two persons for one job.
And that is not being using common sense. And during the campaign, my partisan, the president emphasized this. Look, wasteful government. We're not going to do business as usual. There have been a lot of wasteful spending. We're going to cut back wasteful spending. And look what it's doing.
Politics.
It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Wasteful spending, you're paying somebody money, at the same time you're paying another person because you want to get rid of that person. For what? So if the people of Liberia, will decide, because our fear is, we don't want to go back to what happened in the 80s and 90s, because we don't want to run away again and all of that. It's not going to be the way it happened in the 80s. People were not aware of how things used to be. Right now, people know the common enemy, the people who are in government that is not doing what it's supposed to do for the well-being of the country. You just say, we don't want you, we want for you to resign. And that's it. And the police not going to, or the army not going to come and kill innocent people because they can't send their kids to school, or they don't have food to eat, and then they're making themselves to be heard. You occupy the executive ground. We want, Mr. President, we voted for you. We get concern. We want for this to be addressed. Number one, the way in which the government is working, the lower house is creating chaos, and then you are following that chaos. Mr. President, we need solution. You stay there. The international community will be, their journalists will be there. You don't have to go to them. You take your matter to the president. This is what is going on. We need this to be done. And that can be done. They will listen to us. But if we just say bad talk, and then you say, oh, man, forget about people that CDC people doing that thing, or forget about other people doing the other thing, we're not going to get anywhere. Because right now, the way the country is going is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Because if they can do it to the Speaker of the House, there's a possibility that they can do it to the pro tem of the upper house. There's a possibility they can do it to the president. There's a possibility they can do it to the Chief Justice. So this is where we are. Now you see, in recent time, police and soldier fighting, no redress. You see, ordinary civilian and soldier, and police fighting. Police fighting for chicken legs or chicken feet, and they killing one another. No redress. What kind of country are we in? And we just sitting for everything to go up. When somebody talk, if I had to be in Liberia, when they see me, the other man, I get a beam off. Maybe by the time, maybe the next day, I may not live to tell a story. The good thing is that when I come to Liberia, I'm always in the villages instead of being in the city. So, but we have a serious problem, and I really thank God for you, Anthony, and those of you guys are talking to our people all the time about us doing the right thing. It doesn't matter what party you're from. We all belong to the United Party of Liberia. That's our party, the Liberian Party. That's our thing. That somebody said we cannot be deported from Liberia, but we can be deported to Liberia. And our country is in ruin. We need
and that statement is being challenged by so many persons.
Well, we cannot be deported.
Yeah, from Liberia, because some of the comment that came in, they say, all right, we agree you cannot be deported from Liberia, but how well are you taking care of Liberia?
Yeah, but that's another way of deporting a person from your own country, because most of the incentives.
Okay, but you say you cannot be deported, but how are you taking care of your own country?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. I look at the person of you too now, because you're there, even though you are not being deported, but other people that come in your country, they're living better life than you who live in the country. So it's like, we don't want you here. We don't care for you. So you just stay here and die.
But so, for me, I'll just call it a boastful statement.
Oh yes.
Because it based on your contribution to your country, like what can you do for your country, and what country can do for you. So okay, so
But
Well, gotta
but
go.
but one other thing too, I read somewhere, or somebody said there was a guy, I don't know what was in Magibi, and this young man, he was trying to help the people. There was a big, I think it's a, uh, when the water split the road and things like that. So the guy
Mm.
decided to fix the place and make it nicer so that people can easily go in if there's emergency. People can easily have free access to the place. And the lawmaker said, well, he's already informed him before doing so and so things, and whatever the guy did, he destroyed it. I said, oh, wow. So people just for the government job business, especially in our house in the house. For that, they can just do all kinds of things to one another. Some of us, when we go there, say, uh, you are not here with 40-hour war. We can't get government job. We can't do this. And for me, government can pay me enough. Whatever God is blessing me with here, government can pay me enough. And I don't have the heart to be stealing people's money. If I wanted to do, I would have been working in Ellie's government, doing Ellie's administration. I probably would have been working in Boaka's administration. But I want for the right thing to be done for our people. Once it has been done to our people, I'm good.
Yeah, sure.
So thank you very much.
Okay,
Yep.
Solomon. I don't know. Tunis or us.
Yes, definitely,
Nah, when he comes back next
definitely.
week, we will talk about it.
Yep. But good night
Not
and
just
have a wonderful time. Yeah, go ahead.
not just him, also Ali, because I'll leave the link directly to.
Okay. Yes.
He feel sure.
So either Ali probably in a traffic somewhere, but
Okay.
if he was home, he was going to come on, or maybe
Okay.
he has the same problem like Tunis. His
Okay.
laptop. All right.
Okay.
See you next Tuesday by God's grace.
Okay.
All right. We are on your plan. Bravo. That's it.
Okay. Hey.
All
Okay,
right.
that was Solomon Reeves on the Night and Spin right here on Freedom FM 87.9. And that's our go home. And I'm Anthony Steven. Will be returning next Tuesday, God's willing, with a fresh edition of the program. Until then, have you and yours a wonderful good night.